Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we are going to answer the political question that you got dying on your mind.
Yes. Will Trump violate the gag order and actually go to jail?
See, we all know he's going to violate the gag order. That requires no intuition.
Don't need to throw cards on that one.
The answer is yes.
But will he go to the clink?
Will he actually go to the clink? Judge Rashawn, on his last ruling, commented to Trump that he really didn't want to throw him in jail, but if that was a necessary evil, he was going to do it. I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
He has a job to do. That's what he said.
Yeah. And he also seemed to be pleading with Trump something to the tune of, for God's sake, you're an ex-president, start acting like one.
Yeah, well.
And, well, no.
We're all waiting for that, aren't we?
He literally, Trump literally can't. He just can't. That's not who he is. It's never been who he was. It'll never be who he will be in the future. So literally the question is, does Rashawn have the
cojones
to do this? Or maybe Trump doesn't violate the gag order, which we've already addressed that he will.
Well, maybe, who knows? Some cards might know something we don't.
Well, it's funny. As soon as Stormy Daniels was going to take the stand, when he found out that Stormy Daniels was taking the stand, he immediately put something on Truth Social about, I just saw who the witness is, and this is unfair, and we're pretty prepared, and blah, blah, blah. And then 15 minutes later, it got taken down because his lawyers probably, they have it on like high alert whenever he posts something on Truth Social, and they got on the phone with him, or they have access to his account so they could delete it themselves.
Yeah, it's probably going to be one of those things where he posts it up there and someone's going to get a screen grab and it'll go from there. But he's trying his best, but we'll just see if he can avoid violating a gag order.
The fact that the news media can report that he put it up there means there's already a screen grab, and if that's going to be something that will get thrown into the next contempt hearing for the gag order. And that in itself may not be enough to get him in prison, but it's kind of like you're not helping your cause by doing stupid stuff like that.
And we'd like to remind you, this is for entertainment purposes only.
We'll be entertained.
Yes, certainly.
He may not be entertained. The subject of our readings may not be entertained, but we will be wildly entertained by this. All right, so here's the energy. Let's ask, will Trump violate the gag order and go to jail? Let's look at the energy around the gag order, Judge Rashawn, Donald Trump, and see what we got going on here. Okay, so the foundation of the reading is the Seven of Wands. This is fighting typically from a position of advantage, but Trump he's exhausted all his options. The other thing that's interesting about that card is it's kind of like picking your battles. Mm-hmm. He never picks his battles.
He swings at everything.
Everything. He's a hack. In baseball terms, he's a hack. He hacks at everything. And there was an interesting quote in the trial when they were talking about his ghostwriter, I believe it was they had a quote from his book where he says, if somebody attacks you, you attack back. Yep. Eye for an eye type of thing. So, and we've seen that. That's been reported on for a while here. So he can't help himself.
Yeah, it's being attacked from multiple fronts.
Yes. Michael Cohen attacking him, Stormy Daniels attacking him, whoever else is going after him. Whether real or not, he perceives everything as an attack. Crossed with...
More attacks.
Crossed with the Eight of Wands. Now, Eight of Wands is about fast-moving energy, fast-moving action, but it's also about messaging over the airwaves, over the internet. Could be if it was a jet plane flying overseas. But this is about his attacks over the internet. Mm-hmm. And underneath it is the Two of Wands, which is kind of like Judge Rashawn saying, the Ace of Wands is, if you don't knock it off, I'm going to put you in prison. Yes. I'm going to put you in jail. The Two of Wands is, that's checking in with the Secret Service saying, I hope you guys have a plan. Calling the jail or calling the courthouse holding area. We need to get this ready because if I rule on this, things need to be ready to go.
Yep.
Three of Wands would basically be saying, we're holding the court, we're going to hold that court hearing today, and I fully expect that he is going to be incarcerated. The Four of Wands is end of the court hearing and off you go.
Okay. Well, we've only gotten to 2 so far.
Yes, but that's what's underneath it right now. The whole thing with the gag order is him saying, if you don't stop, you're going to go to prison, and they're making the arrangements.
Yeah, that message has definitely come out.
It's like a timeout for a 77-year-old. Good God, man, grow up. In the past, Ace of Cups, driven purely by emotional rage. He just, anything's an attack. They're all being mean to him. This is his narcissism coming through in full force. Current situation is the Three of Cups. Now that's an interesting card. Three of Cups is about celebrations. But it's also a 3. What will this, if he is brought before Judge Mershon, how many times is that for violating the gag orders?
It'll be a 3rd incident. Right?
It'll be his 3rd incident. And there's a celebration there with that 3rd incident. People raising their cup, maybe raising their cup because justice is finally being served. Somebody's being served around here. Yeah. So 3 of Cups, and it might be, I was thinking it could be Stormy Daniels post that trigger him. Michael Cohen absolutely has been triggering him. But, between wanting to attack Stormy Daniels, the judge's daughter, and Michael Cohen, there's no lack of opportunities for Trump to violate the gag order. It's just literally who's going to be the topic of the day. Apparently, Karen McDougal is not going to be called as a witness. That's also something worth reading on at some point here. But yeah, the current situation is the Three of Cups. There's a celebration. I do think somebody's getting served. I think justice is going to be served here because if he does it a 3rd time, I'm not real happy for him. The overarching energy, that's interesting, is the 6 of Wands. It's a victory card, a champion on the high energy. On the low energy, it's looking at me. Pay attention to me. Look how awesome I am. I'm on the horse. I've got the laurel. I'm the king of the parade here. I'm the lead horse in the parade. The view's much different from up here. Yeah. And the rest of you can ride behind me.
Could this also be, justice being served and the victory for the justice system? Yeah,
that is entirely possible. We're looking at the energy around that. The other thing is that the overarching energy is that all eyes are on him and what actions he takes. Mm-hmm. Is he going to be able to control himself or not? Because, like we were saying, that when Stormy Daniels was going to testify for like 10 or 15 minutes or some short period of time, he had a post up on Truth Social saying, I just found out who the witness was and this is unfair and blah, blah, blah. You're not supposed to talk about the witnesses or the jurors or anything like that. That is like the Disney fast pass to the front of the line of Rikers.
Okay.
So he's not in a good position. He's in a position of weakness. He's not going to win this.
Oh dear.
What's the lesson to be learned? How many times can you get away with this?
Yeah.
How many times? Is it 7 times? Is it 5 times? Here's 2 swords in here. Maybe on the next one, you get 5 hours. Yeah. Maybe the next one, you get 5 days. Yeah. There's going to be consequences for this. He can't help himself. I've not seen an adult like this with a complete lack of impulse control.
Yeah. Use the word adult.
Yeah. Well, I think there's mental illness there. But certainly no treatment from him as a kid for impulse control. And you can imagine the frustration levels with him too. He's gagged because of all his previous behaviors. So that's kind of like you did this to yourself. You've kept doing it despite all the warnings, and this is the consequences of it. And he's all, how come Stormy Daniels isn't gagged or Michael Cohen isn't gagged? Well, because
they're not on trial.
They've got more strikes to go. You've struck out a long time ago.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, and they're not the ones on trial. They're witnesses. The outcome of this is the moon card. Okay, so moon card is about mystery. It's about confusion. It's about being crazy. Lunacy. It could be maybe by the next full moon, or we're going to find out soon enough if he can control it. But I think this is mental illness on his part. He can't control himself. He literally cannot control himself, and he only has like a few weeks to go. I think the prosecution is talking about wrapping up the end of next week. Now he can also not attack the jury while the jury is deliberating, and he can't attack the witnesses. So he has to go he's probably going to have to go at least another 2 weeks of the gag order on this one. And once we get through this, then it's all fair game until defamation lawsuits come into play. But so the energy is stating that he's got some real challenges here, and third time is the charm for him. That 5 is probably not 5 minutes.
So you would do a 4-card throw and say, will he violate the gag order?
Sure. Even though we know the answer. The answer is yes.
Well, let's see what the cards say. He could surprise us.
We could, I suppose. If he strokes... It
won't be without help, though.
There's that, and that's been some things. It's like there's arguments that he's now using, Fox News personalities to advance his attacks on the jury. So Donald Trump can't attack the jury, but Jeannie Pirro probably could, or Miss Bartholomew. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, her. He can't, it would look obvious if Eric or Don Jr. Did that, but, if Tucker Carlson does it, that's fine. He won't be held to account for that unless you can somehow get Tucker Carlson to say, oh, yeah, Donald Trump told me to do it.
Well, and plus he's got his lawyers and stuff are all now, super diligent about taking his stuff down, so... he may do his best to try and violate it, only to be thwarted by people who have his best interest at heart.
I think, honestly, if he tries to backdoor it, the lawyers say, we didn't know he did this.
Well,
and we asked him, and he said he didn't, so he lied to us too, Your Honor.
So the first throw was it's not looking good. There's a lot of struggles and challenges.
Yeah.
And justice may be served.
So will he violate it?
Will he actually violate it?
Violate to the point where Judge Mershon has a talking to him to qualify that. There's the judge. Come on. No, going to put the jury away here. Or this could even be Trump. It's like, haha, I got away with it type of thing. You got the 6 of Swords. That's getting ready to go on your timeout. There's your moon card underneath there. I think this is the judge. And there's Trump fighting.
Yep.
And there's the star card. It's the calm after the storm. The porn star. Oh, he's going to go after Stormy Daniels.
Yeah. Well, that's not surprising.
Yeah, he's going to go after the porn star, if you will. Sorry. The adult entertainment, but star, naked ladies. I think if this is Trump, this is just, again, his craziness that's going on. And he's just got to fight. And that's one thing with Stormy Daniels. You cannot troll her and win.
No.
Oh my God, she's so good at taking down trolls. She's like a troll slayer as far as that goes. Mm-hmm. But I think what we've got, come on back down. I think what we've got is the judge here looking. It's like, you know what? You thought I wouldn't find out, or you tried to hide these things type here. I told you I was going to put you away if you did that, but you kept on going. Mm-hmm. To me, this is... he's going to have another meeting with the judge. And maybe the full decision on what the punishment's going to be hasn't been decided yet.
Yep.
But I'm leaning towards this is almost like we have to teach you a lesson to get you to stop.
But they're fining him $1,000 for every violation.
You know what this is?
What's that? That's a card.
Yes, it's a moon card. It's about lunacy. What's the definition of crazy?
Oh, doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result.
Exactly. And what have they done twice so far with him? When he's
yeah,
you got it.
They fined him $1,000 per violation.
And does it change anything?
not to someone who has the wealth he has.
Yeah. So I think that's the lunacy card. It's like, well, finding you a third time does nobody any good. So I'm not crazy. Yeah. No. This next time he's going to jail. This next time.
Okay. Now that's definitive.
It may not be long, hours, overnight, something like that. But he will go to jail. Again, the courts have their own little holding cells there. They might hold him overnight, hold him for several hours in the afternoon, let him stew for a while. But, or unlikely they will send him to Rikers. Lord knows he deserves it. But he's a former president, and you've got Secret Service guys.
Yeah. He'll get house arrest.
Well, it's possible, but that's not he has to kind of see the inside of a jail cell. You just have to be behind bars and detained.
I'd be willing to go under house arrest if it was my house was Mar-a-Lago, I suspect.
or Bedminster or something like that, or his 10,000 square foot thing.
30,000 square foot, depending on who you ask.
His prison sentence might be house arrest, but contempt, that's going to get him locked up in the court cells. Because the Secret Service can control that. It's in the courthouse. You can cordon off that area. The Secret Service can stay armed. They can't necessarily stay armed at a prison because only the prison guards are supposed to be armed. It's the cleanest solution. Yeah. Do I like it? Do any of us like it? Do we want that revenge? Do we want to see him in an orange jumpsuit in Rikers Island? Of course we do. But let's be realistic. It's not going to happen. Yeah. At least not this time around.
Well, it's also what's appropriate and what happens to most people when they're in a situation like that. So.
Okay, so is there anything else we want to throw on this one?
No, I think we've hit it.
Okay. Violate the gag order, go to jail. Oh, I kind of find out who does he. It looks like it's Stormy Daniels. Does he violate the gag order against Michael Cohen or Stormy Daniels? Let's just do it. I'll throw it quickly on this one. Queen of Cups. I haven't seemed to be, keeping a lid on things. I think this is going after Stormy Daniels. Judgment, trumpet, just trumpeting his thing. I don't know this woman. I've never met her before. Type thing. He won't be able to keep her name out of his mouth, and that's what's going to be his undoing.
There you go.
Ten of Swords. It's just bringing an end to things.
That makes sense because he is so fearful of what Melania is going to think and what Melania is going to do. And let's face it, she's got financial talons into him. That prenup has been adjusted a couple of times, and I'm sure it went a lot more into her favor over the last couple of revisions.
I don't think that he's fearful of Melania. He's just embarrassed. I mean, Stormy Daniels said it was a very brief encounter. Ouch.
Yeah,
Mr. 30 seconds there. That's all. 2 minutes. He's good for like a minute, 30 seconds to a minute. It wasn't impressive. His very small shrunken mushroom, and it's humiliating to him. Now remember, he's a narcissist, and the worst thing you could do a narcissist is humiliate him, which is why that whole mashed potatoes story. The family dumping a bowl of mashed potatoes on him when he was like 7 or 9 years old or something like that.
His older brother dumped Mary Trump's dad.
It still grinds him to this day.
Yeah, if you ever look at his prison mugshot, if you put mashed potatoes over the top of that picture, I guarantee that's what he looked like.
That scowl.
When he had mashed potatoes dumped on his head. That was the look.
He has never forgiven his older brother for doing that to him. Yeah. And to this day, in Mary Trump's book, she describes it as, usually at holidays, they bring up that story, and every year he just crosses his arms and scowls while that story is being taken. Everybody else at the table is laughing hysterically. Yeah. It's the same reason why he has such anger towards Obama, because Obama poked fun at him during one of the press dinners.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Right, so it looks like a Stormy Daniels.
It looks like a Stormy Daniels thing. Let's find out. The Empress, get her out of the trailer park. Who is this woman? This woman who makes her living on her back.
Yep.
She's trailer trash. I'm not. The thing is, Trump is trailer trash. He's just trailer trash with money.
Yeah. Well,
the Lover's card.
There's no affair.
Yeah, exactly. I was the best she ever had. All 30 seconds of it. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. It's just she's got free rent in his head. Look at all these major arcana too. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. He can't control himself. It's like It's like he's falling downhill. He's tumbling down the hill. He literally can't stop. Ever since her testimony, his brain's going like 1,000 miles an hour, gearing. How can I grind this woman down?
Yeah, because he can't attack back, and that's the only thing he knows.
He's obsessed with attacking back at this one.
Yes.
He can't, and I don't blame him. He wants to get eye for an eye. He wants his revenge. Well, he can't get it.
Yes.
Lesson to be learned is the happy family, the endings, the emotional endings of things. He's trying to win. He's got to figure out a way to win on this one. He needs this emotional victory. Even if this... here we go. Even if it risks not perjury. Even if it risks violating the gag order.
Going to jail.
He's got to get the last word in. Yeah. He just has to. It's like a mental illness with him. I need to speak to the manager.
The mental illness needs to get in line.
Yeah. The magician is the outcome. Yeah, and we've got the ending. Oh, good Lord. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana out of a 7-card, out of 8 cards on here.
Yeah, you should shuffle better.
That's a good idea. He's his own worst enemy. This is the card of you just did this to yourself. Mm-hmm. You didn't want to go to prison. You just manifested prison for yourself. Way to go.
There you have it. So if you were wondering, and if he was going, and who was going to put him there, well,
now you know.
Now you know.
No, I'm kind of curious about Michael Cohen, because I don't need to throw on Cohen because I asked was her or Cohen, and none of these cards indicate really Michael Cohen. It could easily be Michael Cohen too, but I think right now. Stormy Daniels has got free rent.
It's a lot more personal with Stormy Daniels.
Yeah. Cohen
Cohen it's more of that loyalty. You were supposed to be loyal to me. Stormy Daniels is just it's to the core. There's nothing he can do to defend against it other than attack, and he can't attack. So he's got to be just going berserk with frustration because he can't. Yeah, they even asked. If they could, was it attack? It was basically when they were asking the judge when
he wanted to carve out a thing. Can I go after Stormy Daniels now? She's not a witness anymore.
that was it. It's like, okay, she's already testified, so she's no longer a witness. Now can I attack? It's like, you just want to beat your head on a wall.
He's such a child.
So the cards kind of back that up, don't they?
I gotta say, my kids never acted like this. Even in their worst moments, this would have been like, no. He's a worse 3-year-old than my kids were ever at any stage of their life. Good God. Yeah.
Well, you've wasted 23 of your valuable minutes of time.
No way. It was time well spent.
Indeed.
Thank you for spending that time with us.
We really appreciate it. If you like these videos, subscribe, hit a like button, leave a comment. Let us know what you want to hear about, and we can see what we can do about throwing cards on it.
Yeah, I'll throw something up on the community page for topics that you could suggest for us to read on. And typically what I would do with something like that is I'm going to look at the comments that have the most thumbs up. So if you want to read on Michael Cohen's favorite lemon curry recipes, go ahead and throw it on there. And if 23 people give it a thumbs up, we're going to look at his lemon curry recipes.
Yes, that's lemon curry.
Nobody cares. But, let us know. And again, welcome to the channel. Thank you for supporting us. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here and joining us on our inaugural videos here. And for all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, everyone. Take care.
Have a great day. Bye.